Here's another guy that I think is interesting. Give me a high-low for Jalen Carter. There's a lot of talk about Jalen Carter in this draft. Really high ceiling on the field. I'm agreeing with that. Like, great player. When he wants to go, shows up overweight, out of shape to his pro day. Not the most glowing review from folks around Georgia and even around the SEC. So give me a high-low for Jalen Carter.
High for Jalen Carter, I would say 5. 5 to Seattle. Makes sense. And the reason I say Seattle is they might be in the quarterback game, but they didn't expect or, think that so Wilson, they'd get the 5th overall pick. It's almost a gift in their lap. They also have the 20th pick. If they want to take a big swing at 5, they can. And it's not like they wasted an entire first round. They can get another good player at 20. If they hit at 5 and they hit at 20, that is setting them up for a long time. And the way their defense looks, and Clint Hurt is the defensive line coach, they are loaded at every position. They did great in the draft last year. You put Jalen Carter inside there, and it is a wrecking ball in a wide open NFC and an NFC West that could be theirs. That's 5. 6 is Detroit. Very similar situation. Just added Aiden Hutchinson on one side, have the 18th pick also. So you're looking for a team that A, isn't going to remove him from their board altogether, and B, you're looking for a team that if it's a huge swing and a miss and it's a headache, it's not a total wash. They have a backstop at 18 or 20 overall where they can still get another player that's going to be a contributor and is going to make a difference. And then 10 is what I naturally would say for Jalen Carter as the end spot, because his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, who's been around this game for 30 years, has openly said that he will not interview with teams outside the top 10. And one of those reasons is he doesn't want to relive that horrible, tragic incident time and time again for teams that are not going to be able to pick him. And 2, he must have some sort of assurance that he will not escape the top 10. Drew's been doing this for too long, and I have too much respect for Drew Rosenhaus for me to think that he's just putting that out there. Then Jalen Carter goes 17th overall.
Yeah. So in my first mock, I believed it. I was like, you know what? I've heard the things. I've watched, the tape. I've done all this, and I'm like, I think he could slide. That pro day workout was alarming. Let's be honest. That was alarming.
It's all alarming.
Sure.
And some teams don't have him on their board. Those same teams are not in the top 10.
That's exactly right. And your last point about Rosenhaus, I'm like, hold on. This is not some rookie agent who's just, trying to throw out. He knows what's going on. That the 5-6 makes way too much sense. I hadn't even thought about it from a risk reward profile, like you put it, in terms of, hey, we can take a big swing if we're Seattle or Detroit, knowing we're backstopped in the first round. And Detroit, by the way, they're backstopped also in the second round. They've got 4 picks in the top 55. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And then I go to a guy like Pete Carroll, who I would think has a lot of belief in himself and his own culture, to take a guy like Jalen and fold him into the culture in Seattle. So that's why I ended up going with him at 5 in my latest Schrags, but I think the Lions would make a lot of sense as well. Okay, high-low on our next guy. And here's a guy that I'm really high on. Covered him a lot. Bijan Robinson. I think I claim him to be the best offensive player that's not a quarterback in the draft. Now, because of the position, he's not going to get taken in the top 5. At least I don't believe.
Probably not.
Where's his high? Where's his low?
All right. His high is 3. And let me make the argument.
Wait, really?
The argument on 3. Yeah. That offense is barren in Arizona. If they keep the pick, it's Kyler and just a bunch of guys, especially if they get rid of DeAndre Hopkins. And if you're looking at the blue chip prospects of this draft, there's 3 names that keep coming up. It's Bryce Young, it's Bijan Robinson, and all respect to Tyree Wilson and Will Anderson, it's Jalen Carter. Those are the 3 names I've been hearing all the time. So 3 is like, it's a swing and a prayer. I'd say it's a 1 to 100 shot. But if you're Monty Ossenfort and you come in, you're like, I just want players. I want guys who can make plays. Let's give Kyler the best player on offense outside of quarterback. It's Bijan Robinson. The end of this thing, it could be 25 or 26 Giants or Cowboys based on the value of the running back.
Wow, think about that spread. Schrags, think about 3 to 26. That's wild.
What do you make of a team that had Isaiah Pacheco and Jerick McKinnon toting the rock throughout the playoffs and won a Super Bowl? Jerick McKinnon, a 1 year and right now currently unsigned free agent, and Isaiah Pacheco, the 17th running back taken in the draft, was getting major carries in the fourth quarter. The running back position just is not valued like it used to be. So a lot of people think I wouldn't take them in the first round. That said, you need to get an impact player. You need someone who's going to make an impact right away. You could put him on an NFL field tomorrow, and he might be a top 10 running back in this league, and he can play 3 downs, and you can put him out wide out if you need. I put him 10 to the Eagles, and the Eagles have not drafted a running back in the first round since 1987 when they took Keith Byers out of Ohio State. It's not what they do. Howie Roseman does not do it, and they for years have not gone that route. And yet, if you're the Eagles and you've got this loaded roster and you just gave Jalen Hurts that money, I don't know, maybe you zag this year and you say, let's get one more great playmaker and get over the hump.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.